children deserve the chance to be treated for illnesses, but it's not always the case because of financial or insurance shortcomings. And joining me now is a local guy who has been through these hardships, ended up on top thanks to a great medical care that he received from Dayton Children's Hospital. And we wanted to get him on today because he is headed to our nation's capital to fight for all children to have the opportunity to be treated. Colin, thank you so much for being with us today. Now, first, let's start with the ailment that you have. Explain to me what you have.
I have bilateral hereditary retinoblastoma, which means I have eye tumors in both of my eyes, leaving me blind in my left eye. And I also don't have the RB1 gene, so if I were to get another cancer, I wouldn't be able to fight it.
Oh, so you have, since you were what, 6 months old?
Yes, 6 months.
You've been going through chemotherapy, which the good news is it took care of those tumors, but it did leave you blind in the left eye. And you have been in and out of hospitals. Thank goodness for Dayton Children's. But unfortunately, you have been in and out of hospitals with some very, very difficult times. What did it mean for you to, one, have the treatment at Dayton Children's?
Well, I was very lucky to have the treatment because if I hadn't, I could very easily, my condition could get worse or I could even die.
So with that experience that you have been chosen to represent a lot of kids in your position, and there's a lot of them in our country, unfortunately. So you're going to Washington, D.C. to talk to our congressman about this problem, about the lack of this shared information, because a lot of times did you have to go over state lines and things like that?
Well, not really. We've mainly stayed in Dayton and Cincinnati.
But the fact of the matter is you want to tell Congress about this issue. What are you going to tell them when you get to the nation's capital?
Well, when I get to Washington, D.C., there'll be other families from around the country, and we're going to try and persuade the congressmen and senators to try and give money to help the hospitals so they can do better on kids like me. Wow.
Are you nervous at all to go in front of all those legislators and all these guys in suits and talk to them about this problem?
A little bit.
A little bit, but why are you doing it though? Why are you kind of gulping and you're going to go ahead and do it anyway?
So I can help kids that would be after me because I've already been through it. I don't really need it that much anymore, but other kids need it much more than me.
Yeah, that's very cool that you're doing that. So when you go back to school, which is in Centerville, right?
Yeah.
He's going to go back to school, and the teachers are going to ask him, what did you do over summer break? And you're going to say...
Went to Washington, D.C. and talked to congressmen.
How cool is that you get to go to our nation's capital and possibly change the laws on the books of our land? So that's pretty neat, Colin. Congratulations to you.